So I gotta say, this video is probably gonna be that video that's going to make me just absolutely freaking die of laughter because I love seeing the hypocrisy. The hypocrisy going on online right now, it's fantastic. It's all over Twitter. They are losing their collective minds on Twitter over the casting of the latest live action film that's coming out. That's going to be a Lilo and Stitch live action. Now, the news is that apparently Disney fans who supported the Little Mermaid race swapping attack newly cast Lilo and Stitch live action remake actress Sydney Agodong for not being dark enough to play Nani. This is fucking hilarious to me. I'm sorry. This is great stuff. I mean, guys, when do we start? I mean, should we keep track now? Let's just keep track. What's the first thing we're going to start with? Number one, this is the best person for the role. Clearly, guys, best person for the role. She was cast amongst all different kinds of people, and she's the one that stood out best for the role. So you got to just accept it. Number two, it doesn't matter. It's a fictional character, right? Like this character doesn't matter. If it doesn't matter, then clearly the skin color of the character doesn't matter at all either. There are light-skinned Hawaiians as well as dark-skinned Hawaiians. So this person is actually Hawaiian, believe it or not, this actress. So just because she's a light-skinned Hawaiian doesn't mean that she's any less Hawaiian than someone who is dark-skinned like this. So again, she's best for the role. And it doesn't matter anyway because this is a fictional character, so nothing matters, right? It's just, I can't understand all the people getting pressed over the fictional character or the race of a fictional character. It just seems odd to me, right? Just seems very, very odd to me. So let's see what this article has to say. It says, hypocrisy, thy name is identity politics. After spending the past few months accusing anyone critical of Ariel's race swapping in the live action of Little Mermaid of being a hateful bigot, Disney's more identity politics obsessed fans have now hypocritically taken to outright attacking newly cast actress Sydney Elizabeth Agodong for not being adequately dark enough to portray Nani in the studio's upcoming live action take on Lilo and Stitch. Agodong's casting as the older of the film's two sisters was first announced on April 13th, courtesy of an exclusive published by The Hollywood Reporter. I'm loving it, dude. I'm loving it. We need this. We really do need this because we know when these people say, oh, the character's fictional, it doesn't matter. We know damn well they don't mean that shit. We know they don't mean it. And I've called out so many people in my comments. I've called out so many people on Twitter and specifically told them, okay, so if it doesn't matter, why was it so desperate that you had to see yourself in a fictional character that doesn't matter? Why is it so important to showcase representation in a character that supposedly doesn't matter? And that's because obviously it did matter to them. It mattered to everybody who was into that particular character. So now that the shoe is on the other foot, all of a sudden they want to lose their minds as if this shit is the most important thing in the world to them, when they were just telling everybody else, oh, it doesn't matter because the character is not real. You guys are freaking hypocrites, dude. You don't even know the stories that you tell yourself. It says an up-and-coming young actress of Filipino descent whose most notable credits currently include guest spots on the television series NCIS and On My Block, Lilo and Stitch will mark Agodong's first major cinematic appearance. However, despite being born and raised in the United States island state, Agodong has drawn the ire of the very Representation Matters crowd that Disney has spent recent years cultivating, and according to them, the actress is far too light-skinned compared to her character's depiction in the original source material. Now, all of a sudden, the source material matters? Like, now it matters? Come on, bro. Oh, my God. Dude, this shit is just like, this is jokes to me. This is jokes to me because, again, you cannot say it doesn't matter when it benefits you, but now that it's against your ideology, now you're saying it does matter and you should stick to the source material? Like, come on, man. You gotta be consistent. This is my biggest issue when it comes to people like this, is that they are never consistent. That's the problem. They always come up with whatever argument that Twitter told them to come up with. If Twitter tells them to be mad about something, they're going to be mad about it. If Twitter tells them to shill for something, they're going to shill for that thing. And that's how it always is. And they are never consistent with their arguments. It says, why isn't she native Hawaiian? Questioned Twitter user Kiana Yana. Why is she so white? Nani is native. That is a major part of their story. I'm sure the actress is great, but this is why we need this to stop. This could have gone to a native actress for a native story. Actors start turning down these roles, maybe. But it did. It did. Again, she is from a particular descent, and just because she is light skinned doesn't mean had to go to a darker skinned one. A darker skin is not inherent to the story. Nowhere in Lilo and Stitch is her being dark skinned apparent to the story. It's not important. Nobody mentions her skin color in the actual story itself, so it doesn't really matter, right? This is the same logic you guys use all the time. They cast so well for Lilo, so that makes his abhorrently colorist casting for Nani even more bizarre. Lamented Spider Swars. This casting is such an insult to brown-skinned native Hawaiians and to fans of Nani, beyond disappointing. I love this. Seeing a lot of people who aren't indigenous saying, oh, but she's native, and ignoring the blatant colorism happening here. Argued Sheo Pilled, Sydney Agudong should not be playing Nani. Why not? Why not? If she's an actual native, you mean to tell me you are going to ignore light-skinned natives because it's not deemed black enough for you, you anime profile picture person? It's always you guys, too, anime profile pictures. I don't know why, but it always is. But again, why is this such a problem? Why do they have to be blacker than black? It doesn't make any sense. The skin color is not inherent to the story. There are light-skinned islanders. There are light-skinned natives. So why can't a light-skinned native play a native character? It's just like you're making no sense here. Whitewashing the Lilo and Stitch casting is not the same as casting Ariel as black. Sure it is. Sure it is, because it's not whitewashing. They picked a native person who happens to be light-skinned. They are still a native person who playing a native character. Just because you wanted a black native or a black dark-skinned native doesn't mean you get what you want. Positive POC representation subverts racism. Whitewashing canonically brown-black characters is not. Whiteness has never been made a mockery of in media to need that representation at all. Oh, interesting. All of a sudden now it matters what's canonically brown or black. That's interesting. Very interesting. I wonder why that is. It's from a white person too on top of that. I mean, God, Jesus Christ, man. Dark-skinned women can't have anything. This is so disappointing. You guys have had everything. You've had everything the last few years, literally almost the last decade. Not to mention you have an entire channel dedicated to you. I don't understand what the problem is. Now, all of a sudden, you saw the shoe on the other foot. And the funny thing is, the shoe is not even on the other foot. This is not a white person. This is not a white person. This is a native person who happens to be light-skinned. So why are you so racist against the people that you are supposedly trying to fight for online? It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. This person even wished physical harm upon the actress, tweeting, a white Filipino playing a native Hawaiian Pacific Islander just because she was born and raised in Hawaii is disrespectful, and I hope Sydney Agudong chokes. Wow. That is amazing to me. That is amazing to me. So now these people are deciding, instead of saying, oh, wow, they got a native to play a native character. That's great. Instead of saying that, now they're saying, oh, no, well, she doesn't match the proper shade. She doesn't match the proper shade for this character. All of a sudden, source material matters. Canon matters. It's ridiculous, man. It says, and what's more, while those opposed to Halle Bailey's casting as Ariel made sure to direct their criticism at Disney and their corporate direction, those upset by Agudong's casting have taken directly harassing and insulting the young actress through the comment section of a post she made on her public Instagram page. You only got the role just because you live in Hawaii, LMAO. That's amazing to me, dude. That is amazing to me. Look how mad this brown woman is. You are so fucking mad. It's hilarious. I love to see it. I love to see it. And this is true what Bounding Into Comics is saying. The funny thing is, whenever we have a problem with the casting and the race swapping and stuff like that, we go after Disney. We go after the corporations. We go after the production companies. We go after the ones making the decisions, not the people who were hired for the role. Now, all of a sudden, they're going after the person who was hired for this role and not Disney themselves. It's hilarious, and it's because they love harassing people. This is something they do all the time. Obviously, these are the people who created cancel culture, so of course they love trying to go after people and harass them and destroy their lives and everything like that, all because they didn't get what they wanted. Listen, at the end of the day, you guys said this is a fictional character, and it doesn't matter. That's what you've been saying for God knows how many years now. And now that the shoe is on the other foot, even though it's not even on the other foot, because again, this is a native person who happens to be a light-skinned native, but they're still a native person being hired for a native character. Just because it doesn't fit your level of darkness doesn't mean that this person is not best for the role. And again, that's another excuse you guys have used. This is the character, this is the person who's best for the role. She has gone through the casting process, and she was chosen to be best for this role. So I'm going to use every single excuse you guys have used for the past few years, and I'm going to tell you that you're going to have to deal with it. And at the end of the day, you are getting triggered over a fictional character that doesn't exist. I'm pretty sure you said that too. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. And if you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.